What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Whew Chile Chronicles Podcast. It's your girl, Cubana Kiss, and of course, I got my homies with me, Just Yada, and who? Brock James. What's up, y'all?
I'm happy to be back.
Yes, you know the people request you, so you have to come.
Oh.
Like you have to do what the people request.
I'm here for the people.
Period.
If the people want me, the people will get me.
Y'all heard it. So when you try to say some other shit, be like, "That's not what you said."
Right.
That's not what you said. How y'all doing today, Yada?
I'm fine.
You're fine,
high, but I'm fine.
Yada had one of them Cali edibles. I need to come to Cali. Cause the fuck, I feel like it misses me and I miss it. Just what it is. Do we lose, Brock?
I think he got a poor connection.
He might have he coming back. So we were supposed to have the grapefruit lady, better known as Angel, come through and bless the podcast today. But for some, but she had to cancel. We still gonna do all guac 3000 things related.
It's the guac for me.
It's gonna we gotta do all things guac related, but it's just not gonna be with the grapefruit lady. Which this might be slightly funnier because we don't have nobody here to correct us on shit. We gonna say what we feel, and it just is what it ain't no fucking expert. Like you had sex, that's the expert. Period. That's it. You're done.
If it works for you, go for it. Shit.
Right. You said he like it. We love it. That's it. So, okay, bet. So before we get into all things sex, me, baby, y'all know we got to get into this relationship topics. So I got the cards. Let's see what foolishness we pulled today. Okay. So, the cards don't always be in our favor.
No,
definitely don't. The cards be on bullshit.
The cards be on bullshit. Okay, the cards be on bullshit. All right. Oh my God! See, this is what I'm talking about. Okay, boom.
Lord, I can only imagine.
Right.
Whew Chile. Your significant other tells you that they were as close as possible to physically cheating, but thought of you and came home. What's the first thing that you say to them?
Go to hell respectfully.
Period.
At that point, disrespectfully.
Disrespectfully.
Why was you even in that situation to begin with? Like, what were you doing?
To get you in that situation. Exactly.
But how you physically finna cheat?
Alone?
Thank you.
Like,
so how you?
What's going on? Y'all went from public to private. Like, I need.
What happened?
What's up?
Like, what happened? I need to know what happened. First of all, how you come close to physically cheating? What, like, how close are we talking? Like, y'all clothes was off?
Dick out, right?
Right.
Out, y'all was like, what's up?
What was going on? I don't understand what was going on. I don't understand why we keep.
Oh, we lost
I
Brock.
don't know why we keep losing right. But I don't understand how you can come close to physically cheating. I don't understand what that's about.
Yeah,
you can't come close to physically cheating, and then I'm supposed to feel what? Like, oh, you thought about me, so you stopped? Was you thinking about me when you got there?
You
like,
should have thought about exactly. You should have thought about me before your ass got that close to it.
When you got that close.
I've actually had this happen to me before. But my thing is like cheating to me is like, I will get you back the same way you did me, but like 10 times harder. So I'll fuck somebody close to you or fuck somebody that means a lot to you. So I just don't understand where you would ever be in that situation or how it even got to that point.
I like the petty.
But you got to fight fire with fire sometimes.
Period.
Like, sometimes it's just not worth the like key in the car, slashing the tires. Sometimes it needs to go a little bit deeper, a little bit further, and it needs to like sting a little bit harder than they actually got you. Because my parents always told me if somebody hits you, and this could be literally or figuratively, you hit them back 10 times harder.
You hit them back. You hit me, you get hit back.
So, you fucked one of my friends. Okay, cool. I fucked your dad. Like,
I am not your stepdad now. Mom, okay? I am your stepmama.
And
I actually saw that on Instagram where the girl was like, my ex cheated on me with my best friend. Now I'm finna show up to their wedding as his stepmama. And I was like, bitch, talk about a kickback.
Period.
Sounds like a glow up to me, actually.
Sound like a glow up. My mama told me earlier, yesterday, actually. She was like, you just need to be the bigger person. I said, ma'am, I'm 155 pounds. I'm never gonna be the bigger person.
I'm feeling real small today.
Real small, very
Call
small.
me Stuart Little.
Okay, never.
Because I'm real small.
Real small. Always
Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Ma'am, I'm 5'6" and a half. Don't forget my half. I ain't never gonna be big. Like never.
I never understood that like being the bigger person argument, regardless if it has to do with cheating or whatnot. Like, why do I always gotta be the one? I know I seem a little bit more level-headed than the person that's acting up, but why do I gotta be the one that has to be the bigger person?
Right, bite the bullet.
When they acted out first. Yeah, why I gotta do that? I never understood.
I'm done being a bigger person. Actually, I stopped being a bigger person when I turned 30. Maybe 25.
You go low, bitch. I'm finna go lower, motherfucker.
Right. So, I never forget. Now, I actually hated that Michelle Obama said that bullshit. Talking about something when they go low, like you go high. Actually, man, when they go low, I go to hell. That's exactly where I go.
Exactly.
What do you mean? The hell? People be tripping. I don't have that bigger person in me.
Me either.
I feel they left me a long time ago.
Ooh, okay, y'all. We got another one. Did I just shuffle all the cheating cards to the top, chat? A woman catches her husband in a non-sexual, emotional affair. She tells him that's worse than a non-emotional sexual affair. Do you agree? Why or why not?
Ooh.
I agree. Because it's like if your emotions is tied to it and you've never had sex, it's like, what's to this person that makes you want them that bad and you never laid with her, never did nothing with her sexually. So like, what's to her? Like, what's
cool? Yeah.
I don't know how to answer that. I don't. It would just. I really would depend on the context of this. The conversation for me, because not everything needs to be. I guess like talked about sexually either. I guess it really depends on like, say for instance, like you confided in that person over like the death of a family member or something and they try to, console you. I don't know. I feel like that's such a gray area. I don't really know how to respond to that.
Okay, so Deandra says she thinks it's worse, the emotional affair. Christina also says she definitely feels that it's worse. I think that it's worse because I feel like when your emotions get involved, that changes the dynamic of the relationship for any relationship, right? Like I can kick it with anybody, but am I gonna kick it with that same person the way I kick it with Yada? No. You know what I'm saying? Like that's my bestie all day long. So like the way me and her kick it is different. The way that, I feel like I hang out with my friends or the way that I'm with my spouse, that is different. But that emotional connection, that changes the dynamic because like it only takes for one good stare, look, meet me in the bathroom and you fucking. Like that's what it is. Like
shoulder to cry on becomes a dick to ride on.
Okay. Don't come crying on these shoulders, Chef.
Well, ever since you said that, now it like totally changes the landscape.
Don't worry about it. I believe that an emotional affair is a real threat to the relationship. No, I think we all agree on this one for the most part. That when you, like you said, when those emotions get involved, it's just like when you make a decision. If you make a decision that's emotional and not thought-based and like logically made, you typically end up fucking up some shit. And I feel the same way with having an emotional affair with someone. So yeah. And that's that. We're not answering no more cheating questions. Let me shuffle these damn cards gone because that's
all I care about.
We asked that question last week. I'm not good at shuffling. Oh, this is a good question to go into our topic of the day. Yada.
Yes.
And Brock. Okay.
My camera won't come back on.
I've been having some technical difficulties over here too. So
I love my co-hosts, y'all. They funny as hell. Like Brock going in and out. Playboy gonna pop up at 9:00. Like, what's up, everybody? I don't know what's going on, but you know,
we're making it work.
It's everything. I like really enjoy y'all. Okay, so what's the longest your significant other can say no to having sex before it starts affecting the relationship, and explain? Woo, child.
You got one other time.
You got one time.
Considering, because this is what ruined my engagement, because I was engaged at one point, and I'm a very sexual person, and not to the extent where like I'm a sex addict, but I like to have sex at least 3 to 4 times a week. I think that's normal for human beings. This person wanted to have sex maybe like once a year. And that just doesn't cut it for me.
Once a year.
Just wasn't sexual, just didn't have a high sex drive, didn't have a high libido. And that's cool, but don't date somebody. I mean, I didn't realize this until like later on in the relationship. You know, people put on a front when you first start dating them. So I didn't really realize this till later in our relationship. And I was like, I can't do this. Like, not saying that, like, I mean, I have needs and I know you do too, but like, we're just not compatible sexually. And the big thing for me is like reciprocating that sexual energy. If I'm giving you the guac 3000, don't just like turn around and go to sleep when I'm done. Like, I don't like that. So it really affects the relationship.
What do I mean? Okay, so DeAndre asks, like, consistently saying no. We're gonna go based off of the question. We're gonna say yes, consistently saying no before it starts affecting the issue. Actually, based on the question, it makes it seem like one person has a higher sex drive than the other. I'm that's what I'm taking from it, but we're going to say consistently saying no.
And that's what he did. He consistently said no.
Wow.
1 week. After a week, I'm asking what you got and who gave it to you. Good motherfucking night, okay? Because I can't stand y'all. Oh my God.
Not what you got, damn.
What you got and who gave it to you. Yada, I'm gonna go to you last, so you can tell everybody what we're talking about before we go to our ad for the day, okay? So for me, I'm actually the complete opposite of Brock. I am not a very sexual person. I'm not somebody who feels like I need it all the time. However, because I know that about myself, I don't say no to my spouse. Because I don't think it's fair that I'm asking you to not have that urge to want me and me not want you at that moment. Just because I'm not in the mood at that moment doesn't mean I don't want you. So I don't believe in saying, I feel like if you mind, then whatever you want, you got it, because that's how it's supposed to be. So like that's just how I feel about that whole situation. But I've spoken to couples who like lived, and that's another thing. Me and I haven't lived with anybody in a very long time. So like with anyone, I haven't lived with my spouse or a significant other, anything. So that's a whole nother situation. So that means when I do see you, like, I know that motherfucker gonna want it. So okay, here you go. But I've met and talked to married couples who like ain't having sex, don't know when the last time they had sex. Can't tell you. I be confused. Like, don't y'all sleep in the same bed? Like, I don't understand how that go. Like, how that happen? How does that happen?
Exactly.
Sexless marriage sounds like a nightmare.
That sound like
it sounds like a straight up nightmare. I have a question though for you about that. So you say you're not as sexual as your partner. Is it okay for your partner to look at porn? Is it okay for your partner to get other avenues that are not cheating? For him to get off. Do you mind that?
Hell no.
Like, can he get a pocket pussy?
Hell, if he wanted one, I got toys.
Okay, well, the reason I asked this is because my ex fiance didn't even want me looking at porn.
Oh, so that nigga was just selfish.
Right? Yeah,
he was just selfish.
Yes.
Yeah, no. Definitely would have left him.
There was a point in time where he had borrowed my phone to look something up, and I had just forgotten to close out of the browser. It happens. It's my phone. I'm the only person looking at it, and it just caused a big fight. Why does it have to be that way? It's just another avenue to get off.
Right.
I'm not actually fucking these people.
Right.
Okay,
Okay.
but you don't never see these people.
Exactly. But I don't know. I like porn, so I wouldn't give a fuck.
Love it,
like at all.
Exactly.
Like I don't care what you got.
Let's watch it together.
Let's turn it on. Put it on the big screen. Turn on the phone.
Exactly.
Turn the sound up. I don't know. Shit, what you mean?
Exactly.
You know, if you guys didn't hit the link on the StreamYard, sometimes I can't see your name, so I apologize. It says depends on how the relationship has been. If they're switching it up, then it's a problem. No, I agree. If y'all go from having it all the time until all of a sudden, like, no, I'm tired, no, then that's a problem. Like that's definitely a problem. Deandra said, unless there's a medical reason, we need to talk about frequency. We gotta compromise.
I know that's right.
I agree. I don't mind porn, but if it gets to a point where you prefer it versus me, then it's a problem. What if they prefer it with you?
Mm-hmm.
Talk to them. What do you think? Tell what it is.
Right.
Because that's just how I feel. I feel like I'm too artistic for porn not to be a part of, like, at least a little bit of the situation.
Right.
Yeah, turn up.
It is what it is. We gotta turn up. You gotta spice it up. Especially, I feel like in these instances, there's a lot of times where you, like, you know, not to divulge too much, me and my boyfriend have been together for 4 years. You gotta switch some stuff up. You gotta do some different things. You gotta buy some different stuff. You know, you don't want it to get too vanilla, but also, the other thing is we've been together for almost 4 years. Some shit you just not gonna get until I get a ring, or, you know, whatever the case is. Like, you gotta hold some things to who you are. Like, that's just yes. Let me get the body paint. Let's make a rainbow. Fuck you mean? Yes, she's like, let me get the body paint, babe. Okay, because it just is what it is. You definitely have to, like, spice it up. So just to be saying no would be weird. But
tell my ex that.
that's why he your ex.
Right, he ex for a reason.
Ex for a reason. Okay, yada yada bobada.
Yes.
Bitch, what's the topic?
Oh, we're talking about the question. Okay, so it was similar to the it was similar to the question that you just said. It was a post I had, so I think it was on either Instagram or Facebook, saying, like, if it was a problem if you wanted to have sex and your spouse didn't want to have sex, like, is that a deal breaker for you? Could you be with them, or would it end? So it was pretty much the same as the question.
The same question.
Mm-hmm.
Before we answer that, I want to get to D. We're gonna talk about all things sex, just FYI. So everything sex related, we're gonna touch on that topic. So if you got something sex related you want to hear us talk about with our crazy behinds, go ahead and put it in the comments. D said yes, keep it interesting for both of you, and be vocal about likes and dislikes too. No, I definitely agree about being vocal.
Like, hey, I
because
don't
how
like
else
that.
do you know? Yeah, how else would you know that you don't like something? Like,
closed
or that
mouths
they don't
get fed, and closed legs don't get fucked. So
period.
Come on, I need that on a t-shirt.
Right, you better come.
Closed mouths don't get fed, and closed legs don't get fucked. Period. Okay, it is what it is. All right, y'all. So, real quick before we get deep into these sex topics, today's episode is brought to you by Fulton, a modern day brand of arch support. And not that arch, y'all. We talking about that other arch in your foot. Fulton launched the most comfortable, supportive, and sustainable insole on the planet. Fulton insoles have a deep heel cup and a comfortable arch support that aligns your body from head to toe. They are made using sustainable materials like vegan cactus leather and cork.
Ooh.
Okay, allowing them
Right.
to mold the shape of your arch and provide customized support. They are also shock absorbing, reducing impact on the body, and are lined with natural foam to make them extra comfortable. Any of y'all ever had issues with y'all feet?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All
I
the
feel like
time.
we all worked in
Absolutely.
service and stuff. We be needing insoles for these
Mm.
feet. I actually have a really high arch
Definitely.
in my foot. So heels are more comfortable a lot of the times for me than like gym
Oh, that's
shoes and
interesting.
flats because of
Mm.
how high the arch is in my foot. Very weird. You can imagine being in school like my feet hurt because I'm wearing flats. Like that's the weirdest shit ever. All right. So if you've ever had issues with your feet or the arches in your feet, or the shoes that you're wearing, Fulton is offering our listeners. So if you're listening to this, woo child, you get $10 off your next purchase. All you have to do is go to walkfulton.com. Fulton is FULTON.com. By using the code POD10, POD10, that's the code for $10 off at walkfulton.com. Check out the website to see how Fulton can support you. I like that slogan because you get it. They supporting them feet.
Yeah, I like that. I like that.
They so cute or whatever. Like I love it.
Definitely
So
like
yes. So as you all know, we were supposed to. Oh, that's a good one. We were supposed to have the grapefruit lady, Miss Angel herself, come through, but she had to cancel at the last minute. But that is okay because this group ain't shy about talking about sex. But we also we only professionals in our own right, which means if we said something wrong, they ain't got nothing to do with us.
It worked for us. It might
It
not
worked
work
for
for
us.
you.
So that's
Right.
what we just told you. Okay, so we're gonna go by Ella because that's but Brock, she went to Columbia with us.
Come on, Columbia.
Columbia be coming through. I love them.
It really does. I've met so
Ella,
many people in LA from Columbia too.
yes,
They're just like,
because
yeah, I'm from Chicago. I went to Columbia. Like,
yes,
guess what?
so dope. I love it. I love it. We just so deep unnecessarily. Like run
Mhm.
up, get done up. Ella says sometimes I have an issue with cramps in my arch during sex. It's absolutely horrible. I be trying to suck my way through it, but it don't work. Ella,
Damn.
spread your legs. I swear to God, it's going to change the arch in your back, baby. Just spread them a little bit, and that arch gonna come with it. I promise you. I promise you. I promise you. That's
Well,
it.
you gonna be
That's all.
good. You gonna be good
This
to go, sis.
Gonna be good to go, sis. Just spread. That arch gonna come with it. No, now let's talk about that though. Like I always joke around and say if I don't flinch a little bit, I don't want it. If I don't flinch a little bit, I don't want the sex. But like, what's too rough? Like, how rough is too rough?
If I'm bleeding, that's too rough.
Yeah, agree. If like
If I'm
something that's
screaming and it's not screams of joy, it's too rough. Get off
also the
me.
way you talk to people too during sex, like if you
Yeah.
calling me something
Yeah.
just like out my name, I'm like, oh no, I didn't agree
Oh,
with
that's
that.
not you. Oh, baby.
No, I don't like that. Don't smack my face either if I didn't like call for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm actually with the whole don't smack me in my face.
Exactly.
But the chokes, the slaps on the ass,
I like that.
I'm your little bitch, slut, whatever the fuck you want to call. I'm with all that shit. Talk to me then. What else you want to do? Like I
I sometimes have to tell my partner to be rougher because I really do like a good like WWE chokehold.
You
Like
said-
give me like
you
that.
said
Give me the Undertaker choke. Like that's what
Your
I
ass
want.
said make me turn red.
Literally
like,
like
Rudolph
pop
nose.
my head off. Like
Oh,
that I
shit.
like. But like if you like spitting in my mouth or some shit, no, I don't like that.
You said you're not with the Trey Songz. Y'all remember that video where Trey Songz had them two girls spit in their mouth, and it was like everybody was like, "But it's
That's fucking
COVID."
disgusting. Nasty.
I don't think I saw that. That was something I skipped over on Twitter.
This is not something I skipped over. Ella said she was talking about in her feet, but she don't take that girl advice. My bad.
I really thought she was talking about the arch in her back too.
I thought she was too. My bad.
I was like, come on, St.
But
Louis
I guess
arch.
she was talking about foot.
We does talk about that.
It does make sense now.
The
That is
commercial
so
just
funny.
did was about art support, so I see where she was going.
But
But I still
So
thought
that's
she
the
was
thing.
talking about her back.
Y'all said rough sex, like if I'm bleeding, this, that, and the other, but like, yeah, I guess that is kind of too rough.
Yeah, it's too fucking rough. Bitch, if you're taking my blood, I don't want it. Motherfucking let me loose.
I'm with Brock though. Choke me up. Now I don't know about the WWE slam shit, but I don't know though, because I ain't never been there, but definitely
Bitch,
choke me up.
I don't want my arm dangling and shit like, no, I don't want to
I want a little couple bruises. I want to be like, oh yeah. You know, like I remember that. That's from this. I want to have those kind of moments. Absolutely. Like, that's interesting. Okay, so if your significant other asks you for a threesome, you going?
We can have a fucking orgy. I don't care. Yeah, I'm going.
Okay,
I'm into it. But also, like, I've done plenty of threesomes. So to me, it's nothing.
Ella said, I'm not with the bruises, but damn near suffocating is okay. Yeah, because you know, you can almost die. That's fine.
Hell no.
I can't see who this is that said they going. I'm going. This person said I'm going. Yada. I know her answer. Yeah, you giving a threesome out if they asking for it?
You know.
Bueller.
What's your answer?
It had to be a one-time thing. Like, I don't know. Like, it had to just be a one-time thing. Cause like, I'm married. Like, I don't want nobody fucking my husband. Like, what the fuck? It just really has to be like it has to be just like a one-time thing. Like, we did it. Cool. That's it. We ain't doing this shit no more. This ain't gonna be on a regular type shit.
Right. I feel you on that.
I have a question for both of you, actually, because Azalea Banks, even though she's problematic, she did bring up a good point. She did a video where she was talking about having a threesome with her man. And she was like, I understand that you want it to be another woman, but why can't it be another man? You don't want to gargle balls with me? You don't want to choke on cock with me?
Whoa.
What do you think about having it? Okay, so if you're having a threesome, would you want it to be another woman or would you want it to be with another man? If he, like, how do you feel about that?
Okay, wait, hold on, wait, because we gotta get to some of these. Okay, so somebody said one time, that's it. Christina said, done them, not interested. Most guys can't pay attention to two women. And that's accurate information. That's true. So we're gonna start with her. Now. To men, I'll take a while.
And I'm not saying that they have to touch each other.
She's funny as hell.
Christina get on my nerves, G. Ella said, I would prefer a sex party with no contact after the fact versus a threesome. That's interesting. To answer the question, if my significant other asked for a threesome, I would have other questions just because of who I am. Like, did you already have somebody in mind? Which probably would piss me off if they said yeah, because that means you've been thinking about fucking this bitch anyway. So I'm gonna have.
I don't even give a fuck if you got somebody in mind, bitch. If we gonna do it, we're gonna pick together, motherfucker.
Right, but I'm gonna ask questions. Like, I need to know. To answer Brock's question,
and I'm not saying that they have to touch each other. I'm just saying that they, like, it's two guys, you, and they're both taking care of you.
Yeah, I mean, if I want to, so do I mind getting a train ran?
Essentially.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question.
I'll take the girl for $200, Alex.
Right? I feel like that's where I'm at. I feel like let me go ahead and get him this threesome with this girl before I just like let these two niggas run a train on me.
Because I agree with whoever said that guys can't pay attention to two women. I agree with whoever said that in the comments.
They can't, or 3 or 4.
If you think about Lawrence and Insecure, he
yada, or 2 or 3 or 4.
That's funny.
Oh my god! I'm sorry. You said an Insecure. What happened, bro?
Lawrence and Insecure. You see what happened to him? He met those 2 girls at the grocery store. They had a threesome. He came and they're like, the other girl's like, "What about me?"
Yeah,
and they kicked him out.
He was like, I gotta pass out more dick. All right, fuck
right.
Like I was done. I was actually ready to go to bed.
He was supposed to pull out that saran wrap and go ahead and top her off. Sloppy toppy yappy 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 yappy. That's what the fuck he was supposed to do. Didi said, I think I would be overwhelmed for real. No, that's what I feel like. I don't feel like I would just be 100. I don't feel like I can handle 2 dicks in the same. I would be confused, like which dick going where, and not that whole. Hold on. I just feel like that's a lot that's going on. This motherfucker said, I ain't running a train on my girl. No devil 3 ways. My listeners get on my fucking nerves. I just can't. I can't. That's a good question though, Brad. To be honest with you, I don't think any, and I could be absolutely wrong, and I hate to like project this. So if I'm wrong, y'all can just tell me. Y'all know Cubana not like that, but like, I don't think it's no nigga out here, no man out here that can really sit here and be like, yeah, I'm finna have a threesome with my girl and this other guy.
Hell no.
I feel like they talk a good game, but they can't back it up. I feel like that shit ain't happening. That's not happening.
I do agree with you, but I do feel like there are some certain cases where men will invite another dude into the sexual relationship to have the guy just fuck the girl while he watches. It's different for a lot of people, but that's just like the most common thing I've seen when it comes to like having a threesome with like 2 guys and a girl.
Mm-hmm.
Or the guys could be bisexual. Everybody could be bisexual. They could be fluid.
That's true.
Everything's different for everybody, but I think in like a heterosexual sort of connotation, that's the most common thing I've seen.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But hey, do what you do.
Wait a minute, it's the comments for me, y'all. Hold on. Ella said, I think it would depend on their sexual orientation, just like how Brock just stated. You're absolutely right. If that person is bi or whatever like this. And I remember getting ate up. What was the show on Netflix all of us was watching at the beginning of quarantine with Lauren and Cameron and they was in the pods and they had to fall in love based off the pods and decide they was gonna marry each other.
Love is Blind.
Love is Blind.
Oh, I never.
And the dude didn't tell Shorty that he was bisexual until he had already she already kind of like developed these feelings for
fucked up.
her.
Oh,
and I feel like that was fucked up.
So
that's real fucked up.
Okay, so they liked each other. I can't remember their names. They didn't last long at all, child. But they liked each other, whatever. And they was like, yeah, I wanna move to the next step or however it went. And then when they got to the next step, which was like their honeymoon, right? Like this is the honeymoon phase. They get to see each other face to face, and this is what it is. And he told her at that moment that he was bi. This never came up in their conversation when they were in the pods. And she was like, I don't know if I can handle that. Like, that's not something I really want to deal with. People ate her alive on social media. They called her homophobic. They just it was just really bad.
That doesn't make her homophobic. Like, that's a lot to deal with.
Baby, let me tell you this much. Y'all can call me whatever the fuck y'all want to call me. If you don't tell me up front that you're bisexual, I have every fucking right to have an attitude. Like, what do you mean? Like, you can call me bi, you can call me homophobic, you can call me, transphobic, you can call me whatever the fuck you want to call me. I said what I said. And it's just gonna be what it is.
And you just now want to tell me you like dick too? Like, what's up? Like, you could have been told me this.
You could have been told me.
Like, why are you playing with me right now?
Yeah, so I don't know. That one's difficult.
As a member of the LGBT mafia, I agree that is not homophobic. That is a lot to take in a relationship, especially when you have such pretenses about the person.
Mm-hmm.
But I just wish that there wasn't such like a stigma around bisexual men.
Okay.
With it being like people just thinking, oh, you're just confused, but you're actually gay. That's not necessarily true. But again, I do agree that, like, you know, when you're dating somebody, you want to know everything about them, including who they're into.
Yeah.
I can see where it would feel like competition. And again, that's also not necessarily true. Because I don't know, I sometimes consider myself a little pansexual in the sense where, like, I'm just attracted to male energy, not necessarily the man itself.
Brock, what the fuck is pansexual?
So pansexual is just basically you're attracted to like a person's like energy or vibe.
Okay, no matter the sex.
No matter what their actual gender is. Like, I just like the person, and I've noticed that for me personally, I'm just attracted to male energy, not necessarily a man itself. Okay. If that makes sense. So like, I could be attracted to a woman as if she carries herself in a way where it's like masculine.
Okay.
So I have found myself being attracted to like stud lesbians sometimes.
Oh, okay.
Where I'm like, oh damn, like I would actually like really fuck you. Like, I'm really attracted to you. But I think it's just because it's the energy that's reciprocated.
Tell me what it is then. Tell me what it is.
Fuck you.
I saw a post on Instagram that was like, this bitch told me she was pansexual, and I'm over here thinking she attracted to boxing pants, and I must have fell the fuck out. But because I laughed so hard at the post, I never took the time to go figure out, like, what is pansexual? Like, I don't know what that means.
There's so many different terms out there, and I understand it gets confusing. And sometimes I even like roll my eyes at the whole thing too. Like the thing with Demi Lovato coming out as non-binary, I'm like, girl, attention seeking. But at the same time, there are people who like, again, you're just attracted to who you're attracted to.
Y'all know I got real issues with
Miss Lovato.
With Demi. I don't really care for her too much. And I actually stopped caring for her when the bitch told me that I was transphobic because I did we want to do gender reveals. She said that we were assigning a gender. No, the gender is assigned. Now, if you feel as a person that your gender is incorrect, I'm not telling you, no, you can't go change your gender, like whatever. But your gender is assigned through the chromosomes. We just trying to figure out if I want to decorate your fucking room with trucks or Barbies. That's all. That's all we want to know. Like, and some people still might put trucks in their daughter's room, and that's their decision. But they still want to know if they're having a girl or a boy. Like, I feel like we're in a situation within our society that like people are beating us up for just doing normal ass shit. Like, we've always found out the gender of our fucking kids. We just start throwing parties for the shit because we want to see our people have fun. Like, stop it. I really just don't like Demi. And when she said that she was just like fucking DMX.
You know what lost me with her was that froyo incident where she said she walked into the froyo shop and it like triggered her because she has an eating disorder. And
well, bitch, you walked in there. Who told you to go in the fucking froyo shop?
In there, you could have walked out.
I was saying. And then, like, as soon as that happened, she came out as non-binary, and I was like, "You just are really here for the attention. You are a clout demon." You a clout fucking demon. I just can't with her.
What is BDE, y'all?
Big dick energy.
I love it when they give it to me. Like, I just love it.
I hope that wasn't about Demi.
Nah, it was when we was talking about the other situation. Some people are attracted to objects. No, like in y'all remember Superstar? Y'all remember that movie?
She made out with the tree.
She made out with the tree. Yeah. And I was a kid. I was like, why the fuck is she kissing that tree? But when I got older, I was like, well, that's why she was kissing that fucking tree. Like, it's just Oh, Demi Lovato. Somebody asked who is this dummy? I missed the name, y'all. We was talking about Demi Lovato. But we gonna go back to talking about sex because that's fun.
Sex, baby.
Okay, so let's go back a little bit in our mental Rolodexes. Was your first time having sex the way you thought it was going to be? Like, you know how like, the movies be like, oh, like Love and Basketball, like made us saying like, oh, you're gonna have sex is gonna be like
Love and
so
Basketball had a song. That shit wasn't shit like that. Like, bitch, you lied, motherfucker. This is a
baby. It was more of a like, ouch, stop, wait, hold on. Okay, go. Wait, don't. Never mind. I don't want to do this.
Right. That's exactly what the fuck it was.
Brock, was it like was it what you envisioned it to be, or was you just like this
No.
overrated?
I don't feel like I had the sex I wanted until I was into like my late 20s.
Damn.
Because I didn't know myself well enough to like properly say no to things or be open to other things sexually. So no, my first time was not perfect, but would I take anything back? No, I don't regret anything. I had my fun when I had it, and you know, I've also had some situations where I was like, that was embarrassing, or I just wasn't feeling it. But yeah, no, I'm now in my life where I'm having the sex that I want.
Yeah, definitely wasn't the sex that I thought it was gonna be. Actually, I'm with Brock. It wasn't until like
you got older,
a lot older, and realized like, oh, I like this, I like that, I like when he do this. Like it wasn't until I got to a point where I was like, oh shit, like oh, this is how sex is supposed to feel. Like this is why people want it all the time. I feel like it took me a minute to get to that point.
Yeah, definitely.
It takes a lot to get to know your body and get to know your pleasure points, and also get to know your partner's pleasure points, because a lot of the times you are not sexually compatible with the person that you're hooking up with. Like you could be into one thing, the other person could be into something else, and you guys don't even know it, and then you're just like the whole entire thing is awkward. It's happened plenty of times before. I'm happy now where I'm at the point where I have a partner, like I know where to push their buttons, I know what to do to get them off, and they know the same about me.
Yeah. I do think that conversations about sex were weird in the beginning too. Like, definitely was not trying to have a conversation about what I like, what that person like. Like, and as y'all can tell, I am not a non-vocal person. Like, you definitely can talk to me, but sex was just one of them topics. Was like, okay, whatever. Like, go ahead over there. I don't want to talk about it. Like, it's just cool. And now it'd be like, I don't like that. The other night you did this, and don't do that again. I don't like that. Like I'm at that point now. So, and like we said earlier, like when the emotional connection is there, that changes sex. Like I used to be one of those people. I'm like, oh yeah, I like him, but I don't like him. Like now I be like, no, like don't even talk to me. Like I don't like you. Like don't look at me. Like none of that shit. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. None of that shit. Christina said it was cool or whatever. It was fun exploring.
What age did you guys lose your virginity?
Oh, sure.
Doing my business. Don't do that.
I missed it. What'd you say?
She said, you in my business. Don't do that. Don't do that. Actually, I was 16. I actually and I know you had said earlier, like you don't have no regrets. I regret losing my virginity to the person in which I lost my virginity to.
Definitely.
Had I known then what I know now, I would have picked up on bum ass energy because that nigga was a bum, still a bum. So I would have never done that shit. Regretted a lot of things that happened afterwards because of it. It was just like a big ass mess. Like I regret being 16 and I feel like I made a very adult decision. I also went to a Catholic school. I had Catholic parents. It wasn't no talking about sex. You just ain't having it until you get married. And that's just what it is. And that's the end of the fucking conversation. Someone said my first time was awkward as fuck in the beginning, but we hit our stride. Okay. I ain't hitting out a stride during the first time. I was like, you finished? Like, what's going on? You're done? Like, okay, don't talk to me. You sweating, get off of me.
Gotta go.
You're right. Gotta go right now.
Unpopular experience. It was good. Okay.
Yeah, mine was not. Christina said she was 19. Yada, you refusing to answer?
Oh no, I was 15.
Okay. Hey, Rosie, from the Rosie Perspective, one of my favorite podcasts to listen to. She is tuned in. What's up, boo? Brock, how old were you?
Next question.
He's gonna say some English shit.
No, I plead the fifth.
Next question.
Nigga, you can't plead the fifth on what you.
I was 13.
Wow.
That's young. Ooh, I don't know. To me, I've just always been into sex.
Even hey, you know what you know when you know it.
Even at a young age. But I mean, I wasn't like out here hoeing around because I'm very particular about who I have sex with because I think that like sexually transmitted spirits are a thing. And if you sleep with the wrong person, I mean, not only can you catch an STD, but you also like pick up on the energy that they were holding on to. I don't know. I'm weird like that. So I have to like be very compatible with the person I have sex with.
Right.
But if I'm with you, like I'm gonna put it down on you.
Period.
Like the Guac Guac 3000 is real. I thought I actually made that up, and then everybody kept saying it. I was like, where the fuck did I get that from?
No, that's a real thing. I definitely heard that multiple fucking times. Rosie said her first time, and she was like, yeah, that's it. You know what, Rosie? Good day. Yeah, what you are talking about, Brock, is actually called soul ties, and I hear about that a lot. I hear about that a lot.
I didn't know there was a name to it.
It is actually a
sexually
name
transmitted spirits.
I like yours kind of.
Right, I like yours a little better, yeah.
But it's definitely called a soul tie. I think within like the last few years, they've become like people have talked about it more often. Like I think it's more common to hear people speak on it. But that soul tie shit is real. You couldn't have told me that in my 20s. I wouldn't have gave a fuck. I would have been like, okay, I'll go to church.
That's what I'm saying. I didn't realize myself until later on. I didn't realize it because I was just having sex with I mean, not anybody, but like people whose spirits just didn't align with myself. So then I felt weird for like a day or two afterwards, thinking like, ew, why did I feel gross?
I fucking love Rosie. My soul ain't tied with none of these niggas. Period. Rosie said, listen, we fucked and it's over. Don't worry about it. My soul's still where it's at. And it just is what it is.
She left her soul at home on the shelf. You ain't got to worry about that.
Baby. Y'all, you remember I used to say that?
What?
Like, oh, that nigga mad because I won't get emotionally connected to him. I left my emotions on the nightstand.
Yeah, you're the fucking Tin Man.
I left my emotions on the nightstand. I just feel like for me, to go back to the relationship question that we actually had, is an emotional affair worse than a sexual affair? Because I'm not an emotional person, if I give you my emotions, like it's deeper for me. It's way deeper for me. So it's like, for me, in my personal opinion, sex and emotions aren't necessarily attached. Like you can have a one night stand, not give a fuck. Like it just don't matter. But like when them emotions are attached, that's when you stalker calling, you pulling up, putting Snickers in the tank, showing up at their job, throwing shit off the floor. Like, you know, shit like that. Like that shit happens when you get your emotions involved. That's why I don't be putting the emotions into shit. Just don't do it. Just don't. Girl, listen, this was one. I told y'all this might be funnier because of who we are. It's just who it is. Before we actually log off, I do want to say, if you are listening to this on your favorite podcast site, after this air, we will have our artist of the week. And I need y'all to come on over to my Instagram at Cubana Kiss and let me know, are we downloading or we deleting? It just is what it is. So I will post that up and we're going to get cracking. Barack, tell the people where they can find you and find your podcast, child.
Yeah, so you can find me on Instagram. I didn't link it, but I put my Instagram handle at the bottom at Who Brock James. I also have a podcast called Split Check, where I interview people about their customer service horror stories. You can find me on any streaming platform. And then you can also find the Instagram account at The Split Check on Instagram.
Yes,
I'm going to check that out.
Please do.
Because they funny as hell. And the shit they be talking about be funny as hell, too. And the thing is that we all have worked in customer service at some point. So we all understand exactly what the hell they talking about.
And I don't leave it just to like the service industry, so like the restaurant industry. I want everybody. I want if you were a stripper, if you were working at a call center. I'm looking for all sorts of people to interview. So
baby,
we all got a story to tell. Someone was acting up at your job somewhere at one point in time.
I'm gonna tell y'all this one time.
Always
in band camp. Now, this one time I was working at this grocery store. I hated this job, but I needed a job. And I had to change my schedule because of school, and I was interning at a very popular radio station because, you know, I was like, this shit being.
Oh, where? Where?
I'm gonna tell you off air.
Okay.
But I had to change my my schedule. When I changed my schedule, they decided it didn't work for them, so they let me come all the way to work to let me go. Y'all, I went down the liquor aisle and knocked all that fucking shit over. Like everything.
As you fucking should have.
Cause why the fuck you let me come all the way here? You knew you
like
was
you
gonna let me go
wasted my
yesterday
time
when I was at fucking work. I was at work the day before. You could have told me not to come back. Raggedy ass bitch. I was mad as hell. But let me tell y'all, I ain't no fool. Cause I had called my sister like, where you at? And she was like, I'm there. Hey bitch, turn around, come get me. She like, come get me, but hurry up, cause I'm finna knock all this shit over. Come hurry up. Cause that was like, they was gonna call the police on my ass. But I knocked all that shit over.
As you should have. As you rightfully
But now
deserve
at 32, I would never.
I mean, if you do, ain't nobody judging.
Nobody gonna catch me. I'm a runner. I'm a track star. She'll run away when they get high.
Yeah, all funny.
Yada, are we catching up with you? No. Yes. Okay. We still not catching up with Yada nowhere. Y'all want to see Yada? Y'all gotta come to my Instagram page at Cubana Kiss. I am at Cubana Kiss on everything. Snapjam. Who is Snapjam? Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. I'm also on Clubhouse. And if I have enough listeners, I want to do some little random pop-ups on Clubhouse. I know it seemed like it might be dying off, but we're going to see if we can get it cracking on Clubhouse. So like I said, we getting ready to go ahead. Yeah, knock all this shit over. They don't be understanding, Simon. Knock all that shit over. But listen, y'all, it was so fun to kick it with my homies, Brock James and my bestie, Just Yada. Like I said, you can always catch us every Wednesday right here live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. And if you can't tune in for whatever reason, you can always listen back on your favorite podcast hosting site. Until then, y'all, TTYL. Mwah.
See y'all next week.
Bye.